We are live in Game 2 here from Camden County College with College Drive to our backs. We are in Game 2 of this doubleheader between the Cecil Seahawks and the Camden County Cougars. I'm Dan Wilkins here with my producer Dana today, and Cecil had an 11-run inning in the fifth. Excuse me, sorry, Donna Wilkins on the production today. Already off to a hot start. In Game 1, Cecil trailed 2-1 going into the fifth inning and then exploded for a 12-run frame to take a 13-2 lead that they would not relinquish and they would hang on to for the victory. On the hill for Camden County so far in Game 2, Julia Maldonado will get the start. They went through two pitchers in Game 1, Alexis Urbina and Alex Cobb. Marlena Cobb, sorry, and ended up just one run for Cobb, and then that backfired after relief came upon, and 13 runs later, the game was over. So Cecil will bat their starting 10 with a very similar order as before, with Joe Schad now taking over at second base in the leadoff spot, Jury in left field, then Caravan at third, Fairweather at first, Daughtry at short, still in the 5 spot, Straining in right field, Hopkins in center. Just had an issue there?
Reset.
Well, it reset long before you went to...
No, it just reset.
Oh, okay, well, now it's good. It's back on.
Yeah, I just wanted to know it's reset.
That one's fouled back. That bat is still alive for Joe Schad. Count is full here on the opening act of tonight's doubleheader. Or I should say the opening act of Game 2. And there's strike 3. Maldonado picks up the strikeout. Cecil had 11 combined strikeouts in their staff in the Game 1 effort. That one is popped up on a bunt and an easy base hit. Hurry will be the first base runner of the second game for the Seahawks. Here is now Caravan. Inside. One away and one on for Cecil, as they're trying to ride the momentum of what they did in Game 1 and keep that momentum hot. That one's fouled back into the natural forest area down there. Two now. Popped up and way back and deep into the woods. But the last thing you want for Camden County, you don't want that loss in the first half of this doubleheader to, kind of haunt you going into Game 2. You kind of want to come in with a clean slate. That'll be inside. And she'll get in there with a stolen base.
One out, right? Ground ball in front, watch the throw. Ground ball behind you, you're here. Freeze on the right side.
I think there was a little bit of dissent there saying that the runner left early. That is ball 4. So Caravan walks, and Fairweather is the cleanup hitter here for the Seahawks. 2 on and 1 out. Maldonado up and away. Tapper into left field. That gets past the gap of third and short. They've got to play at the plate. It is, well, the throw beat the runner, but the ball skips away, and now a second run's going to come in, and getting all the way down to third will be Fairweather. So that'll be a 2-run single, and a little bit of extracurriculars on top of that make it a 2-0 Cecil lead here early. Just couldn't corral that ball at home plate. Again, you don't want this game to unravel if you're Camden County. You want to be able to hang in there. So Blue will dust off home plate, and this will bring up number 5 hitter, Gianna Daughtry, who again fouled back. And she again stays in the 5 spot in both games, but now being moved from the pitcher's spot to the shortstop position here in game 2. But Cecil off to a hot start early, and that changeup drops right into the strike zone. That one's a slow roller to short. This will get a run across. She's out at first. And an RBI ground out for Daugherty on a 6-3. Scores Fairweather, makes it 3-0 Seahawks. So a quick 3 spot here in the top of the first, but at least Camden County is containing the ball in play. And this brings up Kylie straining again. So base is empty, got a clean slate with 2 down after the RBI ground out. And now a first pitch floater, that one goes into right field, got to play it first, not gonna bring it back. And that'll be a base hit into right, bringing out Hopkins. The third hit this frame for the Seahawks. That one goes to the backstop, and now Straining will advance to second. 2-0 to Hopkins. Fouled back. High again. A little floater, foul. Ball had some trouble being corralled in the infield. Ball 4. That puts 2 runners on here for Nolan. Two down, 2 on. Is on deck with a fly ball, diving, can't get there. That'll bring home 1 run. The second run's gonna hold. They've got to play it second, not in time. Throw gets trapped, and it's 4-0 Seahawks on an RBI double by Madison Nolan. here's not Pace. This will be a lefty in the order. Looks like that one goes back and a walk. And this is pretty rough. This will go back to the top of the order for Joe Schott. Inside, that hit her in the foot. She tried getting back to home plate, but they called it a dead ball. Joe Schott gets hit. And here's Jury. After Joe Schott got hit by the pitch, that brings up Jury again. Or excuse me, after. Hold on. No, never mind. I'm sorry. I miscounted there. They added a 10th batter. I'll fix it at the end of the inning. 2-2. Grounder up the middle, that'll be a base hit. One run's gonna come in. Second one's gonna have the throw. It'll be stopped. They throw back to second, not in time. And the run scores that makes it 6-0 on the RBI single by Joe Schott.
Yeah, I think they're playing softball.
So Maldonado in some trouble for Jury, and that's high.
Hey, you got it, Joel.
Two and 0. The softball strike zone has got to be a little bit different than baseball, just considering how that was right below the letters. It's a lot less forgiving, I'll tell you that. There's a strike called, 2-1. That's a line drive in the left field, sliding, not going to get there. O'Kane couldn't find the ball. That will bring home another run on an RBI double off the bat of Jury, and it's 8, I believe, 8-0. Yeah, then oh yeah, I'm sorry, 7-0 then. My apologies. Jury 2 for 2. Inside. Popped up. Foul again. Outside. Popped up, back behind the plate. This is playable, but it's barely foul. That could have gotten him out of the jam if only the backstop were a little bit wider. You could have extended that fence back 2 feet. We would have been out of this jam. But the natural dimensions of the ballpark keep this inning alive. And it will keep it alive long enough for a walk for the second time in as many at-bats. And Rattano very quickly coming out. Talking to Maldonado here for the ball game in the first inning. With the bases loaded and 2 outs for their cleanup hitter, Fairweather. And they are going to make a change.
Hey, 2 outs, run on contact, 2 outs.
2 away in the top of the first. First pitch is a strike with the new pitcher Collins. Slow roller out towards second base. Should have thrown it to first there. Now that's going to get 2 runs home. And another bad miscue in the infield. And it is 9-0. Yeah, that's something I don't understand there. I mean, that's a communication issue right there. Slow roller to second base. I mean, she hesitated to throw the ball to second base. Can't do that. Can't hesitate. Runners on first and second. And Cecil has, like we said, they've picked up where they left off. And very impressive for a team that was 1-21 last year. Ah, I see. So they called interference on Cecil, and the inning is over. So Cecil gets themselves a big lead early, and now Camden County will have to fight that 8-0 after a half frame. So after a confusing end to the first inning, we now pick up in an 8-0 ball game after the inning ended somewhat prematurely. Floater right to short, 1 away. So Boyle is retired on that one. Up and in. So Natalie Cook, pitcher here for game 2, like we said. Daughtry struck out 10 in in just 5 innings. Oh, taking a hard fall, but getting up okay. Number 5, Urbina, who was the pitcher when game 1 started to get out of hand. She bats second and gets herself a base hit. It's a good turnaround to say. Grounder out towards third, foul ball. Inside, good frame by the catcher, but just didn't get that one. That one is down. We got a runner going down to second base. Throw not in time. And Urbina gets in there safely. It's O'Kane. Number 3 hitter takes that one, and Urbina now moves down to third. Three and 2 to O'Kane. Strike 3. Or never mind. I'm sorry. He said 3 and 1. I apologize. There we go. So now it's a 3-2 count. Cook looking to get back into the swing of things here without allowing a run, but that might happen here with a fly ball to left. A snow cone catch by Zuri. That brings home a run, and Camden County will score with Urbina on a sac fly. And it is an 8-1 game with 2 outs now in the first. So here is Helena Collins. Takes that one 1-0. Also upstairs, 2-0. Upstairs, that'll be ball 4. And the 2-out walk keeps the inning alive. As this will be Delario, who chops this one to third. Takes a bad hop, throw gets away. Collins will get to third. Delario's going to hustle down to second base. And she gets in there on a very complex play. That results in runners in scoring position. Second and third with 2 outs. And here's Maldonado again. Check swing says no. A very late appeal at that. Maldonado takes low, and it's 2-0. Chance to load the bases here. This could be the making of a very productive first inning for both teams. Especially if you load the bases, set the stage for a couple of RBIs, and they could be right back in this one. That one is low. Strike called on Maldonado from Cook. There's a ground ball, goes through the middle after the base runner stopped. That's going to get 2 runs home, and an RBI single by Maldonado makes it 8-3. First pitch is a called strike. To Griffith. Gets a piece of that one foul, and it's 0-2. Griffith lines out to second base. Tags the bag for a 4th out that wasn't needed, but Camden County gets a couple back. And after 1, it's 8-3 here in Blackwood. Top of the second inning after a almost 40-minute first inning. We've got an 8-3 game between Camden County and Cecil. First pitch is high from Collins. Camden County sent 7 batters to the plate. And well, Cecil sent 14. Sent double. as the shortstop Daughtry starts off the inning, followed up by Straining and Hopkins. That one shoots through the left side for a base hit. And here is Straining. Straining walked in her first at bat. That one's upstairs. Goes to the backstop. It's picked up and she holds up at second base, but she thought about going for third. And the fact that, I mean, you know, look, in softball, you could probably advance 2 bases on a wild pitch if you were, you know, quick and nimble enough. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick, but swing and a miss. It's called strike. I'm sorry, swinging strike.
Still called strike.
Collins delivers. Swing and a miss. Now 2 strikes against Straining. And another swing and a miss. So Straining is retired. And here is Hopkins. Hopkins also walked in her first at bat. He threw down to second. Oh my goodness. Now that ball gets away and she's going to get the third. Oh boy. I don't know what that was in the SUV behind us. I think our cameras picked it up. They were playing, was that the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse music?
I don't know. It was like some kind of 50s radio.
Or maybe it was, what's that show with the dog? Bluey.
Oh, Bluey or
that might have been
something.
it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I'm too old for that now, but.
I don't even know that. That wasn't around when you were a kid.
No, it was not. And she just got hit in the kneecap.
You had Blues.
Yes, that was a different kind of blue. Hopkins gets hit by a pitch, and now here is Nolan again. Don't forget to tune in on Monday, September 23rd for a 4 p.m. soccer match between the Clearview Pioneers and the Delran Bears. Should be a fun one. And then on Thursday, September 26th, football between Riverside and Holy Cross up in Riverside. 5:30 p.m. is the kickoff. Two 2-0, I believe, is to count to Nolan. Up and away again.
Hey, you got it, 1-9. Hey, right here, kid.
With pace on deck.
Your game, kid. You got it. Oh, I like this.
Good frame, and a strike is called.
Oh, she got it.
Well, there was no framing, so you don't know what happened.
It takes so long to call it.
Fouled back, and the count is full, 3-2. That'll be ball 4 to Nolan. This will bring up number 19. for the Seahawks. So the bases are juiced here.
Right, on the ground, gotta go. On the ground, gotta go.
Okay, let's go, Lena.
So this number 19 for Cecil is not on our roster. Changeup drops in, and it's called a strike. So bases loaded, but still no runs have come across for the Seahawks. A single, strikeout, a hit by pitch, and a walk. Now a fly ball in the right field. It's in, makes the catch, got a throw to the plate. She can fire, beats the throw, but it's not in time. Sac fly to right for the Seahawks, and it's now with 2 outs in the second, 9-3. And here is Cook, the pitcher.
Hey, 2 outs, right? Running on contact, 2 outs.
Line drive gets through the left side. This will be double digits for Cecil. They're going to get 1 run across. Second run is going to beat her. And she is out at the plate. Throw from left to retire the side by O'Kane. And the inning is over. Cecil gets 2 runs across, but certainly could have been much more. Camden County through 1.5. They trail 10-3. Camden County looking to get back on. They score 3 runs in the bottom of the first. But it'll be 8, 9, and 10 for the Cougars. Inside. Menesab. Fouled back and hits the combo right off the post there. You could hear that one loud and clear, and it's 0-2. Excuse me, 1 ball, 1 strike. 2-1. Fouled back again. ball's hit into shallow right field, and it's caught, one away. One away now for Wilmot, the number 9 hitter. That one is well high, 1-0. Another one at the letters, 2-0. Still no strikes against Wilmot. That'll be ball 4. First touch fouled by Camden County. Going back to the top of the order next with Boyle on deck. We got a runner going down to second, not going to get a throw off. And she'll get in there safely, that being Wilmot. Outside. And a chafer. It is high. Three balls and 1 strike to Camden County. Got a runner on second and 1 away for the 10 hitter. Fouled back. Excuse me, that is number 4, Givens. Full count, and never mind, I'm sorry. Strike called. Been hearing the umpire wrong apparently, but it also doesn't help that the scoreboard is not on. That's usually our aid if we get confused. Yeah, we had something completely wrong there. So whatever it is, we'll see how this at-bat plays out with Givens. This one's hit well into center field, but it's caught. And that will retire the side as Camden County gets kept off the board, and it is 10-3 after 2. here from Camden County College in Blackwood. Cecil put up 2 runs in the top of the second inning. Camden was held scoreless. And it is 10-3. As Joe Schad will lead this one off in the third. It's crazy to think after, the result that we had in game 1, how lopsided it became. But just the fact that it was a very good game for the first 4 innings, and 1/2 inning completely changed everything, and it bled over into game 2. It was a 2-1 game. I mean, Cecil was really held in check, and then they just needed one little boost to run away with it. Not only did they run away with it, they ran a marathon with it, and now leading by 7. And that one hit her in the helmet, and she'll make her way down to first base.
Hey, you're good, kid. Take that off.
Of course, for Cecil, though, if they sweep this doubleheader, that'll be a nice drive down back to Northeast Maryland. I mean, as we say before, Cecil College is in Maryland, but the very northeast corner of the state. Basically, what we were discussing was that, when you hear of Maryland, you think of Baltimore and Havre de Grace or something like that. That's several hours away. But from here, it's less than an hour. You hop on 295, you get down to Delaware, and you go past Delaware, and maybe the first or second exit that you get into Maryland with is Cecil County, and with it, Cecil College.
Hey, you got it, 1-9. I believe you believe, kid. Stay right here, kid. Go, it's ready.
Now it goes back to the backstop. Jury reaches on a walk. She has reached base all 3 times tonight. A single and a double, both in the first inning, where Cecil brought 14 batters to the plate. Now she has walked here in the third. For Caravan.
Come on, kid. Fire it in. Let's go. Got it, Lena. You got it, kid. Hey, 1-9.
Strike called. I think it's 2-1 now. To Caravan, who has walked in both of her plate appearances tonight. This ball is hit well into left field, heading back towards the warning track. She is there in front of the warning track. Now both runners really lately tag. She is safe at third and at second, respectively. Getting up a little gingerly there on an awkward slide was Joe Schad. That is the first out of the third. For Fairweather. This one's whacked out towards center field, going over, sliding. She makes the catch. They say she got it. It will score a run on the sac fly, and a nice play in center by Boyle. And it is 11-3. That one is high. Outside. Hit out towards right field and sliding, making contact with the tarp. She gets up okay, but it'll be a foul ball, and everybody will go back. For Daughtry. That one's cracked down the left field line. It's fair, goes towards O'Kane. That is going to get away. Getting the run to third. And Daughtry gets a run home. On the RBI double. That'll make it 12-3. And Cipriano coming out. Remember Cipriano, you know, you talk about multi-sport athletes, but he is not only a multi-sport, he's a multi-sport coach here at Camden County, the head of both the softball program and the women's basketball program. Small school means that, you know, you've got to have that versatility. Out towards left. That gets past O'Kane. The run will score to make it 10. The throw gets away in the infield. It's going to go down to first base. Throw's going to go at third. And the ball just being tossed around in the infield. Now is straining at the dish. That one is inside, but Cecil has already put up 13 runs in the first 3 innings of tonight's game. Strike called. Rounder out towards short. Throw across is in time. But the inning is over. Good stretch over at first base. Cecil tacks on a couple more. They lead 13-3. Bottom of the third inning, Cecil leads by 10. It's 13-3. Camden County had a 3-run frame in the first after allowing 8. Looked pretty promising, and now things are kind of mellowing back out for the Cougars. But showing bunt against Jury. One's outside. Over the middle for a strike. And Jury has her first strikeout. And it comes at the hands of Boyle, 1 away. Here is O'Kane now. Or excuse me, Urbina. Now it's O'Kane, and then Collins on deck. Another bunt, dead ball. Got a piece of that one, and it goes foul. This one broke out towards left field, went way over everybody's head. They didn't see it. Goes to the wall. Having trouble with it, and a triple for O'Kane. And she gets in there with a 3-bagger. And here is Collins. So a good way to get the offense refired. As we said, Collins had 6 home runs in her freshman year. Seeing if she's got the ability to whack one out of the park in this doubleheader. Count is 0-1 though to Collins. Takes that one, didn't get it. Inside. Grounds that over the middle. That'll be an RBI. Helena Collins gets it home. Makes it a 9-run game, 13-4 after O'Kane triples. Collins follows suit with an RBI single. We'll bring up Delaro. Floated out towards shallow center, and it's going to drop. That'll put 2 runners on. And starting to make this game a little more compelling with 3 straight hits for the Cougars. A triple and now back-to-back singles, one of them having an RBI attached. This brings up Maldonado, who was the starting pitcher of this game too, of this matinee. And then the 8-run first inning put a halt to that. It's got a piece of that, 0-1. Runners go on a wild pitch, and both advance. Runners on second and third now. That one's grounded to the middle, off the mound. She makes the play, but the run does score on the RBI ground out, 1-3. Maldonado drives it home with Griffith at the plate at 13-5. And after making slight contact with Jury, she'll walk it off and she'll be okay. After just a quick check up there. Strike called. 0-1 to Griffith. That one's hit out to left field. That's a fair ball. And Camden County returneth and giveth. It is a 13-6 game on an RBI single. And like did I say, Camden County is paving their way back into this one and making sure that we play the full 7 innings here in game 2.
Hey, turn it 2, turn it 2. Yeah. Of course, when I leave left, there will hit over there.
So here is Manasab. Is away. That's a ball called. They're going to say she's safe at second base. Throw got trapped.
Hey, we got 2. Hey, we got 2.
Time is called for a quick meeting with Coach Chep and the batter, Ensab. I was going to say, they sent her back to the dugout for a second there, but...
Her bat was broken.
I heard something about bat broken.
Ah. Broke the bat. Don't see that a whole lot. In baseball, I mean, in high school and college, they use metal bats. But I'd say that even in baseball, you see like maybe a couple broken bats a year. In softball, I don't know when's the last time I saw a broken metal bat. Runner goes, strike is called. They threw it down to third, but she's safe.
Hey, don't worry about the runner on this. Get it in as fast as you can, okay? Oh, there you go, Wade.
Strike called again. Three and 2. Menasab. They'll say that she swung on a miss there. Couldn't tell if she had made contact, but it didn't matter, as the side is retired. We are through 3 here in Blackwood. Camden County getting some runs back on the board. It is 13-6. Top of the fourth inning here from Camden County. Cougars get a couple runs back on the board. They lead, Seahawks lead 13-6. Cobb back out to pitch for the Cougars. That one misses high. Cobb, through most of game one, she threw 4 innings and did very well. Only gave up 1 run, but then they put in relief. And the game kind of spiraled from there. But Cobb just looking to get back into it. I mean, that's one of those things that differentiates baseball and softball, is that you can operate on a lot smaller of a roster, because with the pitchers, that underhand throw is obviously a natural motion. So rest is more for everything else going on, because your arm doesn't care. You would have to throw. I mean, think about it this way. Rowan set a Division III or an NCAA record where one of their pitchers threw 26 innings, I think it was, across a doubleheader. Both games went deep into extra innings. And there's no extra inning runner, I should say, in collegiate baseball and softball. Hopkins walked, and now it's Nolan who taps this one out to third, not getting the best reaction time on it. Good stretch at first, but that'll be a base hit. But Camden County has scored in bunches tonight, 3 runs in the first and 3 in the third. And that's where the scoring has been tonight. Inside, 1-0. Strike called. Floated out towards first, gonna have a play at the nearest bag. She gets him there. And a 3 unassisted. It's out number 1, but that does move Hopkins to third and Nolan to second. Now we go back to Joshette. Swing and a miss. Got way ahead of that one. Now runners coming to the plate. She will score. Joshette has to get out of the way. Inside, now we got another runner coming home, and that will be back-to-back. That score on wild pitches, that is just something that you cannot do. No room for error there, and 2 runs come across. Bases are now empty. And Joshette, who has reached base all 2 out of her 3 at-bats, a strikeout, a single, and a hit by pitch. Doesn't go there.
Let's go, Lex.
fouled back. That's the thing that Cecil's doing here, is it's more of a mano-a-mano deal of you score 3, all right, well, I'll get 3 back on you. And the needle kind of resets again. On its way. Fouled back again. But Cecil has put up 15 across just 4 innings of action tonight. They put up 13 in game 1. And now a roller out towards short. A fire across the diamond. She's out. That'll be out number 2. As Josh Ed is retired after a long at-bat, and this brings Jury back up. No RBI there, but as we were talking about earlier, you just needed to clear those bases, get that baggage out, and be able to kind of mentally reset, which sometimes is what you need. Base is empty, 2 outs, 2 runs across in the 4th for Cecil. Strike is called on the outside corner to Jury. One hopper to short. Got a chance at first. It is in time. Side retired. So Jury is retired back-to-back 6-3 putouts end the frame without too much damage. But 2 runs keep this game at a 9-run deficit for Camden County, 15-6. Here in the land of the Cougars, it is 15-6, kind of an offensive seesaw tonight, but Cecil started off hot with 8 runs in the first inning, nonetheless, and that offensive production has been relatively stable ever since, with a very consistent offense from this Seahawks crew tonight. Here's the lefty for Camden County getting it started here in the bottom of the 4th inning. For Cecil to win this game 2 prematurely, they would have to score 1 run in the top of the 5th, and Camden County would have to not match. And in addition to that, they would have to be held scoreless in this inning. And however many runs Camden County scores, you add on to that how many Cecil would need to score to make that a possibility. Wilmot, Givens, and Boyle for the Cougars here in the bottom of the 4th. But Camden County has been getting themselves back into the game, got 3 runs in the bottom of the 4th. Strike called. Keep hearing a noise behind us here at Camden County. That is the air conditioning unit, or some sort of generating unit for the building behind us. It's got that humming sound. Like, it sounds like somebody turned on the central air even though we're outside. But people still got to work. The fun thing about covering stuff for Camden County is there's strike 3 to Wilmot. The fun thing about covering Camden County is that, you know, you see sometimes on these Saturdays and Sundays, the campus is relatively empty. But then we did a couple of games. I want to say we did a game between Bergen and Camden. It was like a 3 o'clock start. And, you know, we got here and the parking lot was almost full. We were very lucky to find a parking spot close to the baseball field. Up the first base line. Oh boy, that throw got away, and she just got away with a base, and she gets on. That'll be an E2 as we go back to the top of the order for Boyle. There's a ground ball back up the middle. There's a base hit in the center field. That will get 2 runners on. And things are getting a little interesting here. As Boyle gets her first hit of the night and is now 1 for 3. Outside. Three balls, no strikes to the lefty, Irvina, who has had her own share of success tonight. Outside, and that's a 4-pitch walk to load the bases. And very quickly, this game is back to being salvageable in a 9-run game, and you've got O'Kane at the dish with Collins to follow. Very, very doable now. I mean, still a long ways to go, but, you know, at least, look, you know, it's not all about I mean, it is about how many runs you score, but getting that momentum started on the offense is also important. And these guys also need to figure out, you know, look, we don't have too much time. It's the bottom of the 4th inning, and if they score a whole bunch of runs, then you have to be on a very efficient kind of attack mode, or else you're going to go home prematurely. in a truncated defeat. That one misses. But bases loaded, no, one out. Wilmot started off the inning with a strikeout, then an E2, a single, and a walk. Have loaded the bases for the Cougars and have put them in a very favorable spot, even though they are down 15-6. Strike called to O'Kane. But a very nice day here in Camden. Excuse me, at Camden County in Blackwood. Camden County College, I remember we were, the first baseball game we did for them was at the Rutgers Camden Complex, which is in the city proper of Camden. It was a very fun day. RCSJ swept Camden County, but a very cold day, I'll tell you that much. Very lucky that we're out here and it's 72 instead of being about, I think that temperature that day was 36.
Felt like 2.
Yeah, and you were there. And I think we had you take off for a couple of days after that just because you had to thaw out.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the thing, you know, that's the crazy thing about college baseball and college softball. Here's a strikeout. O'Kane is retired for Collins now. You know, the crazy thing about college baseball and college softball is that the college baseball teams start in like late February. You know, they play their first out of conference games in like the last week of February, around like maybe even after oh, here we go. That's going to be a base hit in center field. That'll get a run home. Boyle's going to come around. A second run will score. Now going down to third. She is safe. Collins gets to second, and a 2-run single for Helena Collins makes it 15-8. I had a good feeling Collins would produce there. You know, 2 outs, bases loaded. You had to get something on the board to get your team back into the game. And now you've cut down the lead considerably. Remember, at one point it was, I think it was 12-3, 13-3, something like that. And even though Cecil did put up some extra runs to make it 15, that catch has made it retire the side. So Collins gets 2 runs home. Definitely could have been more, but considering the situation, Camden County clawing back into this one. It is 15-8 after 4 innings in a slugfest. We'll be right back. Camden County gets 2 runs back on a RBI single by Helena Collins. It's now 15-8 going to the top of the fifth. Especially Camden looking to get back into this game after a long drought. Ground ball to third. Maldonado is there. Throw is scooped and on the ice cream cones. He's got it. One away.
That first baseman's been making a lot of splits more than the cheerleaders.
Yeah, and I mean, look, that's partially a product of the fact that the throws haven't really been making it there, and that's always something you got to work on in practice and whatnot. And this might have another chance. No, that's going to go into left field for a base hit. She will pump the brakes and halt at first. It's a word I think people should bring back.
What?
Hark.
Hark, I hear the baseball coming.
Yeah, like we say halt to tell someone to stop.
We really don't say halt, though. We say stop.
Well, people say halt. They halt in place.
Well, I don't know what century you're living in.
Well, the Christmas song, Hark the Herald Angels Sing.
Yeah, it's an old Christmas
You're basically just telling them, hey, stop, shut up and listen. Some angels are singing. Listen.
Hey, shut up and listen? I think that's an Ice Baby song.
You mean Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice, yeah. Stop, collaborate, and listen.
Right. I'm just saying, like, batter hits a single to left field, we can say she harks at first base.
We are now officially in John Crook territory. We are so far out off the track.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, like I say, oh, fiddlesticks a lot when I stub my toe.
Yeah.
Or, when I say something, or when I forget something, I say, oh, fiddlesticks. I don't know where that came from. Probably came from a Willie Nelson concert in the 60s, but...
I'm glad you didn't say what I usually say to get you in trouble.
Fly ball to right is caught. Out number 1. Out number 2, sorry. Runner on second for the Seahawks.
My oldest phrase is probably peachy keen.
Yeah, I hear that occasionally, though,
But it's an older saying.
Right.
How you doing? I'm just peachy keen.
I mean, I hear people say I'm peachy. Maybe they cut out the keen part about it. Willie Nelson's still kicking, too.
Yeah?
91, 92.
Wow.
He was at Farm Aid yesterday in Saratoga Springs, New York. He did his usual thing, and a whole bunch of artists were there. Played a couple of the favorites. But it's basically the concert that benefits agriculture and farmland, because without any farms, we wouldn't have any food. But people still want to build luxury apartments in Mount Laurel.
Well, you gotta have both.
That's the thing that drives me nuts, is that sometimes, I see new development starting and it could very well be low-income housing. And this is going to be a low-hanging ground ball into left field to drive home the run. Now going into second to throw, beat her, and she is safe. Close call, but an RBI double for Straining, and it is 16-8. Again, don't forget our next broadcast is tomorrow, Monday, September 23rd, in an out-of-conference matchup in boys soccer between the Clearview Pioneers and the Delran Bears. It's a 4 o'clock start. Big thanks to Tommy Orr and the Delran Bears Booster Club for having us out. And also for today's game, thanks to Chad Zierfoss. Chad Zierfoss and the entire Cecil crew, along with Coach Chip and the Camden County crew for both having us out here on this fine Sunday afternoon. Not that I would have done much of anything anyway, so it adds on to the schedule and it helps out DWB. This broadcast, we should mention, is brought to you by our good friends over at Harper Driving School, who just announced their renewal of their advertising partnership with us today. Over 95% of students pass their Harper Driving School road test. 95% of the time on the first try. If you like those odds, you can book an appointment today, where I'll be headed in about an hour at Suite 4 of the Total Turf Complex in Pittman, right off of Lambs Road. Just missed on that one. And also we should mention, we are always looking for small business owners to be sponsors and advertisers of Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. Packages start for as low as $250 for 6 months. And that's going to be a base hit in the left center field. Here comes a run to the plate. That'll make it 17. Oh, we got a block at the plate. And she'll stop at second base. Now there's confusion. I think the ball is still live. I'm sure they didn't wave it dead. Now they're going to throw it back. I think the catcher was wanting an explanation on why that wasn't called interference, because there was very clear contact.
So 17?
At home, yeah, and that makes it now 17-8. As the Cecil bus, the charter bus, is parking behind the booth.
Making a move.
That one's floated out towards right. It is caught in the deeper part of the infield, and we will play another inning as going to the bottom of the fifth. Cecil did not cross the 10-run mark, and it is 17-8. At least the game's a little more exciting. Here from Camden County College here in Blackwood, having a good night tonight as Cecil hanging in this ball game. I mean, more than enough, but still up by 9, and it is 17-8. Swing and a miss. Maldonado leads it off in the bottom of the 5th against Jury. Would be fun to see official slugfest territory, which my definition of it is when both teams score 10 runs. It's only happened a couple of times. Trying to figure out what's happening down there on the third base side. You could see, I don't know if that's smoke or steam. You can see like a blue cloud, like somebody let off a smoke machine or something. It's not like gray like regular smoke.
You go a little bit to the left. I thought there was a kid with a hose or something. Okay.
Yeah, but that doesn't look like water. That looks like like a light blue smoke.
I think it was the top.
Does chalk spew that much into the air? I don't know. Well, I'll tell you what spews into the air. That base hit right there from Maldonado drops in front of the center fielder. We've got a base runner here in the 5th. Bringing up Griffith. And Saints just took the lead on the Eagles, too. 12-7. Which is funny that this game is more high scoring than an NFL game.
Yes. I was thinking that, too.
What's it now? It got 17.
It was 3-0 for a while.
Yeah, I'm saying the score right now is, though, for Cecil, it's
17-8.
17-8. So, yeah. There you go, folks. College softball higher scoring than the NFL. Of course, here comes a fly ball down the third base line. We had a similar such game. Oh, ball was caught by a fan down there. A fellow wearing the TLC shirt, the Learning Channel, or whatever that girl group. Yeah, the group TLC. Fly ball to left, foul. But we had a similar game between Bergen and Camden County in April of this past year in baseball. Final was 16-8 Bergen, and I remember John Scanzano. The bullpen just didn't have a great day, and what they did is they had, I don't know if you were there for this. This might have been a game that Vince was at, but they basically had the entire bullpen run polls, which is foul pole to foul pole, until the offense went off the field. So that was a good 10 minutes, maybe straight, of the pitchers running foul poles. As here comes a loop single in the right center. Maldonado is going to truck her way down to third. And this is going to be a double for Griffith. You got to wonder if Zierfoss, now seeing that Camden County is clawing their way back into this game, we'll see what they've got in store. That's a little grounder to first. Oh, now we've got a backup on the bases. Now she's going to throw home. Maldonado is safe. The throw popped out of the catcher's glove, and they just made something out of nothing there. It is 17-9. This brings up the lefty now for Camden County. Wilmot. That one's called strike. And another swing and a miss there, 0-2, kind of a half swing. That one skips in. Runner broke for home, but held up. Strike on the outside corner, a little favorable, and that'll be out number 2. Grounder out to third, foul. Strike called, and it's 0-2. As Given's going to try to get back into this at-bat before Boyle and try to send that runner home. Little roller, and it will trickle foul. This week in football for DWB, we've got 3 games on the slate, as it is Thursday the 26th will be Holy Cross and Riverside. And there's strike 3 called. We'll pick up on that in the top of the 6th inning as Camden County gets another run across, and they hold it at 9, as it is 17-9 after 5. They're lining it up, so we're done. It was an 8-run game, and maybe some sort of time limit was hit because it is almost 4 o'clock. That did come up in one of our prior softball fall exhibitions with Salem last year, where they were on a 2-hour time limit.
Yeah, they've got along like that.
So, I mean, no, I mean Cecil's 50 minutes out. That's the other thing. Maryland is not too far around the corner, but how about that for Cecil? They sweeped a doubleheader, but got a lot closer than I expected of them. And Camden County was able to hold their own for a while. Just didn't have the right positions to make things work in game 1. And then in game 2, Cecil just, if they don't have that 7-run inning, then Camden County's winning right now 9-8. But because of that 7-run inning, they set the momentum, they set the tone, and didn't have much of a shot from there, and Cecil was able to sweep the doubleheader. And also, I should say, very impressive for a team that came into this game coming off of a 1-21 season, where the only other team that they bought, or that they beat, only won about 3 or 4 games in their own right. So they really didn't have much going for them, and they were able to beat expectations and make things work against Camden County, a team that is a very young team who will have a lot of practice and a lot of reps to go through this fall. But it'll be a fun season, I think, for Cecil. You know, new coaching all around, new players all around. You've got that Kutztown transfer, and you've also got Kalila Pace coming out of Salem. Should be a fun season for the Seahawks. And for Camden County, they've got some work to do, but I still believe in them. You know, I think they've got a good chance going forward. You know, they're coming off of an 8-19 season after only winning 4 games in 2023 rather. So still very doable campaigns for both, and we still got over 100 days before opening day. So still a long ways to go, and we'll see what happens. But that'll be all for us tonight here from Blackwood, as after a 4-hour stay here on the outfields of Camden County College with a beautiful campus behind us on a beautiful Sunday afternoon, Cecil sweeps the doubleheader, ending both games early in 5 innings. The first game ended 13-2 on an 11-run 5th inning, and the second game ended 17-9 as Camden County clawed their way back but just couldn't hang on in the end, as the final score hangs from tonight. Our next broadcast, as we said, will be Clearview and Delran boys soccer tomorrow at 4, and then football on Thursday in Riverside against Holy Cross at 5:30 on Thursday, Egg Harbor at Deptford 7 o'clock on Friday, and Sterling at Gloucester Catholic 11 a.m. on Saturday, 28th. So we've got a busy week ahead, so we won't waste any time. From our entire crew here at DWB, our social media crew, Brandon DeKegerland, Keely Curran, and Cole McNeil, our graphics crew, Gavin Van Rel and Caleb Lane, my producer and color commentator tonight, Donna Wilkins. I'm Dan Wilkins. We will see you all on Monday from Burlington County at The Den. Cecil sweeps the doubleheader 17-9. Have a good one, folks.